this is just another step of just revoking rights. And we women have already fought way too long to basically not be reduced to only our own biology, that we are basically birthing pods and so on. So basically reopening that and going, oh yeah, no, it's fine that we can be seen as birthing pods as long as it excludes trans women is absolutely disgusting. And but yeah, something that I did actually want to bring or kind of bring up, how the UK Supreme Court have decided to, oh yeah, they should redefine what a woman is, and that complete outcome and so on, and also clarify my take on this. It's unnecessary, it's shit, it just puts people in harm's way. um it's just the typical transphobic rhetoric that has been um give me the spark notes, please. What happened? Okay. So the UK Supreme Court for the Equalities Act, um, but added like an amendment where they defined what a woman is, and their definition of a woman is um, basically uh, it's they are trying to base it on biology. I think they are kind of also trying to go on to chromosomes, which is also just stupid because yeah. But they their definition of a woman is someone who was biologically born with the XX chromosome, so and that's a woman. Basically, leaving out all trans women and also trans men, because they are kind of implying that within the eyes of the law, they are still considered as women, which is also not great. But yeah, so obviously a bunch of like turfs and so on are absolutely celebrating this ruling and so on. And it's kind of ironic, in my opinion. As turfs, or the word itself, is just an oxymoron and a paradox in itself, because I mean the acronym turf, if I'm correct in my memory, is um trans exclusive radical feminists. And sorry, transphobia in that context and being a feminist just doesn't work together. They cancel each other out. You can't be a feminist and also be transphobic. That does not simply work. And basically, what it's doing, and also but to get through this ruling and so on, you have to align yourself with, hey, guess what? Lobbies that are in general very misogynistic. So they are just happy that they have now a slight door open to pass also stuff like anti abortion and so on. So, uh, yeah, no, this ruling is not only a big loss for also trans people that are also going to be at a higher risk because the Equality Act doesn't cover them properly. And the argument there was, oh yeah, trans people are covered by, I think, gender reassignment and so on, so it's fine, which is absolute cockswallop. This ruling isn't only like a loss for trans women being losing again rights and just having another anti-trans rhetoric again pushed on them, but it's a loss for all women. This is just another step of just revoking rights, and we women have already fought way too long to basically not be reduced to only our own biology, that we are basically birthing pods and so on. So basically reopening that and going, oh yeah, no, it's fine that we can be seen as birthing pods as long as it excludes trans women is absolutely disgusting. And yeah, completely against feminism. So those two things do not work together. And yeah, so if you're transphobic and you call your feminist, just go out the door. That is flawed and mentally defunct as all hell biological sex, i.e., okay, but that is more binary than gender, but there is still great variation in genetics. Yeah, precisely. Apparently, people haven't visited biology aside from like the basics. But gender is fucking social construct. Who defines what is? Nobody. Even femininity and masculinity are abstract philosophical concepts that cannot easily define. Yeah, I mean, forever, even the concept of, for example, a tomboy has existed, or a femboy, or whatever. Trying to enforce this is just putting also cis women completely in danger. Hi, this is Sora from editing, and since the stream yesterday, I have been made aware that this court ruling has also bigger ramifications, especially when it comes to police work. Apparently, the British police have also made known that that a male officer is allowed to strip search an individual if they suspect that they are trans and assigned male at birth, so that they get a male officer doing the test search because they now see that individual as a man. Needless to say, this is absolutely disgusting. This has even more ramifications also for cis women, because now it's all down to this individual's officer's perception of what's femininity, and if you're feminine enough. Good job, turfs. You've managed to set back all women and endanger us all even more. I could probably rant on about this even longer, but I will pass you back to Zora from the 8-hour stream from yesterday. This is a massive step back for all of us and isn't going to have the effect that you think, because at the latest, when you go to the women's bathroom and someone else asks whether you are a woman just because you're wearing jeans and not a skirt, that's the point you will realize how fucked up this whole concept and idea is. Yeah, I think in a way we can just even delete the word turf. They're just transphobic idiots. And that's it. Call it what it is, because it's definitely not what they are trying to make it out to be. Why even bother with distinguishing between trans rights and human rights? Newsflash for the people: trans people are not aliens, but just people with different gender identity. I don't see where the other part is, and anyone is welcome as long as they are good people. Signed, a cis straight man. It's not hurting anyone, and yeah. Also, I by now have had it all the way up to here, basically, with also the whole trans people in women's spaces thing and how dangerous that is, because no. When going home at night and so on, who am I afraid of? Or also anywhere else and so on, or have like stories for like being sexually harassed and so on, it's just by, sorry, cis men. There lies the problem that we all have, it, and where we should tackle it. Honestly, being trans is normal to me, at least. It's just a part of human identity. People act like you need to understand everything to accept it. Do I understand what it feels to be trans? No. Do I get everything? No. Do I care? No. Let people be people and express themselves as long as they don't harm anyone. And so you'll always be adorable to me no matter what these fools say. And I think that's really beautifully and well worded and well put. Basically, you summed up a whole argument anyway better than I could within, what, 10 minutes of rambling. I'm also lucky I do not live in the UK, so I don't have to deal with their bullshit. But at the same time, basically using the British passport for firewood does sometimes get tempting when they do something as stupid as this. I'll end this rant by saying, just let people live. If they don't harm anyone and do anyone join the, but the children card, no. Telling children that they exist does not convert them. It's not a cult. It's identity and diversity. Yeah, precisely. That whole like mindset. Oh yeah, but think about the children and so on. It's so stupid, and And okay, sorry, that just got me a little bit riled up. These people then come about and say, oh yeah, but um, think about the children, and you shouldn't be doing it because of the children and so on. And then in the same sentence, they will say, "Oh yeah, but you have to send these children to church. You have to send these to I don't know, Christian camps and so on, and they have to be religious because, oh no, save their souls and so on." But, sorry, do you hear yourself? Sorry, that's a cult. That's converting them to your ideology and so on, and you're forcing them into a mold that you're just basically projecting what you're already doing with your whole religious stuff on children onto just educating them on so where was I before I got distracted by Savathun? You can't say that educating children that certain things exist, for example, also just gender and different sexualities and so on, is on the same level as forcing children into going to church every weekend. Go and those two things aren't similar. One is definitely you are encouraging children to believe in your God, which is fine and okay. I mean, okay, as long as you also give the child also the opportunity to say, no, hey, I do not believe in this. I also don't want to go to Sunday or Saturday school, whatever. I don't, sorry, I'm also a little bit oblivious on that part. And then just educating people that certain things exist and so on, is it doesn't live in the same ballpark. It's stupid. The argument is stupid.